Hello, welcome to HITC Sport. Right, let's go and look at every Premier League club and find one player who would start for the best team. It's essentially rifling through your squad to find one guy who would have the best chance of playing for a better team. Well, not really better, but the best team that isn't your own club. So calm down, Liverpool, don't eat me in the comments. So for example, Villa will obviously be Jack Grealish, because I'm sorry lads, on what planet does Ahmed El Mohammadi ever get himself a big money move? Maybe to the goddamn scrapyard. Right, so let's have a look. Arsenal, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, Real Madrid. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang always said it was his dying grandfather's wish for him to wind up at Real Madrid. So how frustrating must it be for him that he is good enough to play for that club, to live up to his promise, and yet is still stuffed halfway down the Premier League at 30 years of age? This guy is good enough to be challenging for Champions League honours. If he ends his career with just a couple of domestic cups in France and Germany, it would almost be a tragedy. Christ, if he shows that scrapbook to his grandkids, they'd probably laugh in his face. A trophy cabinet less impressive than Ryan Bertrand's. Is he good enough to start up front for Madrid? Without a shadow of a doubt. His form at Arsenal is almost on par with Thierry Henry's, good lord. Aston Villa, Jack Grealish, Liverpool. Oh yes, good old Jack Grealish. It pains me to say this, but he is a good player. I'll hold my hands up. I predicted within 5 years he'd be stuck at Leeds United, but no, he's having a superb season at Villa Park. Sure, he clearly doesn't know how to obey UK laws or treat other countries with a semblance of respect. And I'll be honest, I spend most days hoping he steps on an upturned plug, but lads, I'll admit it, he is a damn good playmaker, and it's just the Philippe Coutinho midfield replacement that will complete Jurgen Klopp's jigsaw at Liverpool. Bournemouth, Nathan Ake, Man City. Okay, let's be honest, Man City's defence is a mess. It's like a muddied bowl of alphabet spaghetti mixed in with some stale dog food. Vincent Kompany was stupidly allowed to walk out the door without a fight. Pep Guardiola has been forced to chuck £60 million midfielders and a 35-year-old Fernandinho into his backline at times, and it hasn't worked. Nathan Ake, comfortable on the ball, has experience of playing for a big club in Chelsea. How his agent is not camped outside the Etihad with a pen and paper, I'll never know. Brighton, Lewis Dunk, Chelsea. Speaking of Chelsea, here they are. For Brighton, let's go with Lewis Dunk. It's a close run thing, but I'd say he's probably just about good enough to squeeze himself into Frank Lampard's defence at Chelsea. Although, let's be honest, it would still be pretty close. Burnley, Dwight McNeil, Leicester. Alright, good old Dwight McNeil, a player who just does not belong at Burnley. Sorry lads, but he's a creative, budding young, skillful winger. It's like giving Tony Pulis Serge Gnabry. He doesn't know what to do with him. Sure, you're skillful and destined for a big club, but can you take throws like Roy Delap? No? Well then enjoy the next 6 months making coffee. Similarly, McNeil is not going to spend his career playing one-dimensional long ball football under Sean Dyche. Leicester are third in the league, and yet have still given Harvey Barnes nearly 30 starts this season. He's done quite well, chipping in with 9 goals to prove that he does have more end product than a wet chew, but still, I'm pretty sure McNeil will be an upgrade. Chelsea and N'Golo Kante, PSG. Listen, N'Golo Kante is one of the best central midfielders in world football. I do think the real top level European clubs might just be out of his reach, so let's say PSG. Sorry Leandro Paredes, you're a good player, but this fella's a walkout winning machine. Get yourself back on that bench. Crystal Palace, Wilfred Zaha, Chelsea. In Wilfred Zaha's head, he could be starting for Real Madrid and Barcelona. Sorry Wilf, yes, your skills are great and your feet are lightning quick, but your end product would be laughed out of both those clubs. Christ, you wouldn't even start for Borussia Dortmund. I'll play it safe and go with Chelsea. Considering both Willian and Pedro's age, let's say Zaha could just about squeeze into Frank Lampard's starting 11. Everton, Luca Digne, Man City. Luca Digne is a top left back, one of the most naturally talented fullbacks in world football. Clearly we can see Man City's Achilles heel as left back. Christ above it, screaming at us in the face. I'm guessing Pep Guardiola is 3 weeks away from putting a dead houseplant in that position. Anything would be better than using a broken Benjamin Mendy. Digne would be great. A player who'd already know how to play the system, having spent a couple of years at Barcelona. He has experience with winning big trophies, creating chances for world-class players. I honestly don't know why Pep hasn't made a bid already. Leicester, Jamie Vardy, Atletico Madrid. Okay, well the English hype train would probably tell you that James Maddison would not only start for Barcelona, but be their second best player. Not quite lads. Instead, let's go with Jamie Vardy, an absolute goal machine who will retire without ever having played for a big club. This man is one of those strikers consistently teetering on the edge of world class, and the fact he'll go to his grave with just Halifax, Fleetwood Town and Leicester littering his CV, it's a bit like Jamie Oliver retiring if he only ever worked at Burger King. Sorry Leicester fans, that was so disrespectful. Anyway, Atletico Madrid are excelling in Europe, but stumbling domestically, probably because they're juggling 2 passed centre forwards up front. Vardy, a man who's been linked with Atletico in the past, has scored nearly twice as many goals this season as both Diego Costa and Alvaro Morata combined. Says it all really. Liverpool, Trent Alexander-Arnold, Barcelona. I could choose a few Liverpool players here, but yeah, Trent Alexander-Arnold is one of the few players in world football who would start for literally every football team on planet Earth. I don't think I've ever been able to say that about a 21-year-old fullback before. This guy is an assist machine, completely revolutionising the fullback role, and some people say he can't defend. Absolutely ridiculous. He's going to go down as England's best right back of all time. Man City, Kevin De Bruyne, Liverpool. Again, just like Alexander-Arnold, Kevin De Bruyne is one of the select few players who would walk into every team on planet Earth. Yet, he'd even nudge past Glenn Whelan into Fleetwood's midfield. So yeah, considering Liverpool are the current Champions League holders and arguably the best team on planet planet Earth, then yeah, let's choose them. Oh, by the way lads, trying to get this channel to 400k as soon as possible. It's within breathing distance. I can almost stick up my tongue and lick it, but I won't do that because my laptop is as filthy as a hobbit's foot. But if you'd like to subscribe and get this Irish underdog over that line to 400,000 subscribers and on the way to 500,000, you would honestly be a fantastic human being in every shape of the word. Anyway, let's crack on back into the video and have a look at who'd go where. Man United, Aaron Wan-Bissaka, Barcelona. Most Man United fans might expect to see Bruno Fernandes or Marcus Rashford in here. Some are so blinded by red-tinted bias, they actually think the latter is better than Kylian Mbappe. Did you just swallow a pint of glue? Aaron Wan-Bissaka, a man who nobody had heard of 3 years ago, I think he'd start for a team like Barcelona. He's one of the most difficult fullbacks to get past in world football, so yes, he'd probably be an upgrade on Nelson Semedo. Now, whether he could adapt to their particular style of football, don't get me wrong, Trent Alexander-Arnold is the one tailor-made for that club, but still, as a strictly defensive stalwart, an almost unmovable brick wall, Wan-Bissaka is as solid as any right back in world football. He's as solid as my morning dumps after a bowl of ready break. Newcastle and Saint-Maximin Leicester. Some Newcastle fans might tip Fabian Schär for a club like Man City. Yeah, he's a decent ball-playing centre-half who could spank them in from 30 yards. The modern-day reincarnation of Philippe Albert, but lads, he's not that good. Let's go with Alan Saint-Maximin, who I believe would thrive in Leicester's starting 11. A much more adequate replacement for Riyad Mahrez than Harvey Barnes. Norwich, Todd Cantwell, Liverpool. Listen lads, you might think this is mental to think a player at the bottom of the league would start for a team at the top, but lads, Todd Cantwell is so out of place at Norwich City it's untrue. All this guy needs is a big money move to put himself in the spotlight, and then he becomes an England regular. A confident ball-playing midfielder. Get him moved to Liverpool and he would start more often than Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. Sheffield United, Dean Henderson, Borussia Dortmund. Tipping goalkeepers for other clubs is tricky considering most elite football teams already have a settled top-class goalkeeper, but I do think Dean Henderson would start for Borussia Dortmund. A £50 million rated 23-year-old Old Trafford loanee, he's one of the most highly rated young goalkeepers on the planet. Sure, Roman Burki is a steady set of hands and the modern-day successor to Roman Weidenfeller. Christ, they even share the same first name. But sorry lads, Henderson has more star quality than a guy capped 9 times for Switzerland. Southampton, Danny Ings, Sevilla. Don't get me wrong, it would be weird to see Danny Ings banging them in La Liga. A bit like seeing big northern British centre-half Jonathan Woodgate joining Real Madrid. It's a bit like seeing Joe McKelvey with a wife. It just doesn't look right. Sevilla are a good team, third in La Liga and battling for a 6th Europa League in 14 years, but their top scorer is Lucas Ocampos with just 12 strikes, and he's a winger. They've sold Javier Hernandez, have a Newcastle flop and Luke de Jong leading the line, and he's got just 5 goals all season. Yes, I'm pretty sure Ings, after 18 goals for a mid-table club like Southampton, I'm pretty sure he'd walk straight into this team. His agent should probably take note. Tottenham, Harry Kane, Real Madrid. Yeah, pretty simple here. Harry Kane would start up front for Real Madrid instead of Karim Benzema, and he knows it, which must be very frustrating how his loyalty is keeping him trapped at a club allergic to silverware. It's a bit like a boy band member staying with his childhood sweetheart even after hitting the big time. On the one hand, he's glad to have stayed loyal to his first love. On the other hand, he probably feels like chewing off his own arm. Watford, Ismaila Sarr, Leicester. Christ, Harvey Barnes is really going to hate this video. I'm tipping half the Premier League to take his job. On his day, Ismaila Sarr is a top-class winger who can rip through the best defences. Leicester are third in the league and are essentially a solid Champions League level club, and as we've stated, they can do better than Barnes. So yeah, Sarr, move right in. This guy would do absolute damage if given a license to roam under Brendan Rodgers. Christ, this guy is stuck in a relegation scrap and still catching the eye. Give him a European platform for a team who would largely dominate possession. Oh good Christ, he'd be one of the most dangerous wide men in the league. West Ham, Declan Rice, Man United. And here we have Declan Rice. Good eve. Listen, I don't think this man is all that good, and would have been laughed out of Man United during Sir Alex Ferguson's peak glory years. On what planet is this guy worth 50 million quid? He's on the same level as Nicky Butt. But yeah, it'd still be an upgrade on Nemanja Matic and or possibly Fred. And I'm sure he'd fail his medical, consisting that he was clearly born without a heart. Either that or he was born with a very confused brain. Why kiss the Irish badge if you're a devout Englishman, Declan? Or do you just love using our country's dignity as a dish towel? Wolves, Ruben Neves, Man City. Ruben Neves could arguably play for most clubs on the planet. His stay at Wolves is like a ticking time bomb. His teammates are literally bracing themselves for his inevitable departure. He's been linked with Man City in the past, and yeah, I rate this guy so high I think he'd walk into their midfield even ahead of their club record signing. And let's be honest, in order to get him out of Wolves, he'd probably be Man City's new club record signing. Anyway, that's the end of it lads, what do you think? Do you agree? Do you not? Let me know in the comment section below. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and as always, I'll talk to you in a while.